Y'all know what it is already, right? It's your boy Quest, and this is your marriage moment. Let's go. What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Marriage Moments. Yep, it's your boy Quest. Y'all know, as always, I like to give my shout outs, right? Shouts out to the Marriage Mastermind we did last night. We took a deep dive into the 5 love languages. And man, let me tell y'all something. If you're not on those calls on those Wednesday nights, then you are missing out. There's some rich information, a lot of transparency, and some gems being dropped in ways that'll allow you just to handle your marriage differently. You know what they say, information applied changes situation. So yeah, be there. I don't know if y'all remember the old G.I. Joe cartoons, right? Where at the end of the cartoon, they would give you a principle or a moral, if you will. And at the end of giving you that moral, right, they would say, and now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Yeah, shouts out to G.I. Joe, you feel me? And what I realize about that quote that they used to say at the end of each moral, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. A lot of the times why we run into problems in our marriages is because we don't know what we don't know, right? And if you know, knowing is half the battle. Now all you got to do is implement, right? Shouts out to Will and Tamika Green, who run a marriage book club that I'm a part of that we do every month. This last Saturday night was dope in the sense that I got a chance to get some information. And now, because I'm in this place, if you know, for the last 3 weeks, we've been talking about this thing of awareness. And now I'm learning how to be a lot more aware of who I am in situations and what the situations are requiring from me. So like I said before, if I had to name this video, it would probably be aware and do better. Once again, I named the video last week, Be Aware, but this week I'm calling it Be Aware and Do Better, right? And I say be aware and do better because while we were having discussion at our book club on Saturday night, we were discussing how it is very important for a husband to declare and to verbalize his love for his wife. Why? Because one lady shared that, you know, it's kind of difficult that when you get to the age of 40, once you pass the age of 40, I don't know what it is, but you become a little bit self-conscious, right? For some women, right? With all the images that you see on TV and Vogue and this magazine cover and that magazine cover and Vanity Fair of what beauty is, right? And necessarily that's not always the perfect, a picture perfect image of beauty. Sometimes in those pictures, they're photoshopped and airbrushed and touched up here and squeezed in there. And like, for real, I realize there's a lot more beauty on what makes a person on the inside. And there's even a lot more beauty in some of the other extremities on the outside, if you will. I'll touch that on another video. But like, for real, I realize that with all of those different images, sometimes your wife will come to you to be reassured, right? And I want our husbands to be careful because sometimes what you do is when they come to ask you, do you love me? You'll say something crazy like, I pay the bills, don't I? Or I'm here every day, don't I? I come home, don't I? No. And here's the funny thing. Don't get aggravated. Right? She's coming to you to be reassured with all the different things that might make her self-conscious about beauty at this age and at this stage of her life. The one person that she can come to and be reassured is you, and you don't make the situation better when you give those silly responses, right? So back to the story. While we were discussing the importance of affirming our wives, my wife told me, like, listen, and she told the group, like, listen, I don't really think that that's my challenge. Because my husband is such a high flamingo, he has no problem, and I mean no problem, in expressing his love for me. He always tells me how fine I am. He will always tell me, yeah, boo, I love you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. You know what I'm saying? She's telling him, I get kisses on the neck, and she even telling him all my business. Like when I'm at the sink washing dishes, he'll come and rub on my booty. You know what I'm saying? Like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, shame on you, Faith. But anyways, She says that I get all of those things that verbally and sometimes physically express, but there are other ways that I need to feel his love. And one of those ways is especially around our anniversary and my birthday. I want him to plan something. Now get this, guys, like for real, we deal with the same things that women deal with in terms of not feeling adequate. Sometimes we might feel a little shaky, not the same way in terms of our physicalness. Sometimes we do, but not to that extent. But I'll give you an example of how men are that same way, right? My wife is very detailed and very structured. Anything that she plans is going to be dope. Why? Because she considers all the details. She structures that thing out from front to back. And when she decides to execute, it's going to be fire, right? So I have a tendency not to really want to plan. Number one, because as a flamingo, I can't deal with too much details at one time. And when all those details come flying at me, like for real, I shut down sometimes to the point where I don't even get anything done. Why? Because it's overwhelming. So sometimes I may take a little thing here and a little thing here, and I've known how to battle against that in terms of all the dreams and goals that I have. If I got 10, I'm gonna knock out 2. And then I'll come back and knock out another 2 until the list is finally done. But if I'm trying to do it all at one time, problems, right? What my boy Will said to me is that you don't have to do it all on your own, right? And even in my response, I was like, okay, I'm down, because I'll do anything to keep a smile on her face. But what my response said was, well, I don't want to hear that you didn't do this or you didn't do that. And she was like, just the fact that you attempted to do it would make me feel overjoyed. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm down. And then my boy Will was like, yo, you got resources. You can call me. You could call some of your partners. All of us will help you in efforts to get the job done. What am I saying, guys? Sometimes we have a tendency to not want to do a particular thing as it relates to what our wife needs because we feel like we're inadequate as it relates to doing that thing, or we're not at our best, or we feel feelings of less than, if you will, right? But here's the funny thing. Our wife is not looking for perfectness, right? Or not even to operate on the level that they operate, right? In my case, right? Because she's very detailed and organized, anything she puts together is going to be dope. She's just going to be happy with the fact that she knows that I'm not dope in that area, but I took the initiative to go ahead and do it anyway. That in and of itself is going to cause her to feel overjoyed. So do me a favor. Don't hold back on doing something for your wife because you feel that you're not going to be dope in that area. You think they don't know you're not dope in that area, but just the fact that you went ahead and did it anyway because you wanted to show them love is going to cause them to feel overjoyed in ways that are you don't even understand. But it don't matter because it's not about you. It's not about what you're feeling. It's not about whether you feel you're adequate enough or not in that area. It's all about making them feel loved and vice versa, right? So do me a favor, do it, even if you don't feel the best. Because here's the funny thing, if you do it over and over and over again, not only do you become better at it, right? It becomes second nature after a while. Y'all know what I always say about this stuff, man. From shaky to good, from good to great. Ultimately, what we want is phenomenal. But phenomenal don't just happen. It takes work. So do that. Work. Because guess what? If you're not working on your marriage, then what are you doing? Peace. What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest, man. Listen, I am a firm believer in marriages winning. That's right, including yours. So if you know somebody that might be able to use this information, or you might be able to use this information, subscribe, comment in the section below, like, and like I said, share with someone else. All right? If you want to reach me on social media, my Instagram link is over to the left. All right? Peace.